Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if not, I wish you have a better one tomorrow. So originally I was going to cover the whole Bayonetta situation. Now the reason why I haven't is simply because there wasn't enough story. It just felt like something was off. I didn't want to tell a story and give my opinion while we're missing an important piece or concept to where we can kind of understand what's really going on. Instead, I waited until I heard something. So, how this whole story began is when I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw my boy Tyrone Magnus talking about Bayonetta. And I was wondering, what's going on? The short way of saying it is the original voice actress for Bayonetta, Helena Taylor, is basically calling out on Twitter at Platinum Games, saying that they're not only underpaying her, but she's also rallying up her fans and other loyal people to go and boycott Bayonetta 3. And with that, that's a simple grasp of what's really going on here. But there's more to this story than what I just told you. Now, Helena Taylor has sent a couple of videos on Twitter summing up that she basically didn't like how Platinum treated her, saying that she was talking to Hideki, saying like, hey, what's my worth here on Platinum Games being Bayonetta? And the guy was saying, you're great, we love to have you because, you know, the fans love you, you give our character life, this and that. And turns around and is like, okay, here's $4,000. Now, from that point, when I heard this story, I was thinking, I don't know, that's bogus. But at the same time, why does it feel like that's not the whole story? Because granted, whether or not if this studio was $450 million or not, I still felt funny about how it was just $4,000. Especially being that the union will literally light their ass up like the 4th of July. But no. Because the whole thing with the union is people have to report how their pay is going to the union. In which, if the actress knows about the union, she could have just done this instead of calling out Platinum Games or trying to require all these people to basically go around and attack these other people. Even though she didn't intentionally say to like attack them. Anyways, as I said before, there's more to the story. Now, someone, and I mean someone, because I don't remember the name, but I did look up the article, and if you want some information on the other half of the story, I'll put it in the description, but I'm just going to summarize what they were basically saying. They were saying that, yes, Helena Taylor was offered $4,000, but that was just for the cameo role. Before she even tried to deliberately go, I was getting paid $4,000, the $4,000 they were talking about was from the sessions, which she had to do like 4 to 3 sessions, where altogether she was going to be walking away with $15,000, which is surprisingly more money than what she mentioned. And then try to turn around and say, no, that amount of money is a lie. They're trying to get people and journalists, trying to have them against me because they're powerful journalists. You know, just don't listen to them. And I sat there like, you lied to us. Why should I listen to someone who didn't tell us an important detail? Now, granted, there are voice actors and voice actresses who are underpaid. And I can literally go into an argument stating why this and that. But before I go into depth on what I'm talking about, why did you lie about $15,000? Now granted, that's not a lot of money. It should have been at least like 90 grand. And then you can kind of be like, well, it's not a lot of money, but you know what? It's better than sitting there looking at $4,000. But you lied about it. And not only that, but you were attacking Jennifer Hale, saying that she can't go around being Bayonetta. What in the actual shit? That's like if Ben Affleck were to tell Robert Pattinson that he can't be Batman because he's Batman. That's fucking stupid. Look, don't be mean to Helena Taylor or Jennifer Hale or even Platinum Games, because these are all people who are just trying to make a living and, you know, make fans smile. That's all they're trying to do. I mean, if there's only one person that can say it is kind of a villain in this story, it would be Hideki. Hideki didn't give Helena Taylor the right pay. If he would have just gave her a little bit more money and not say anything about it, this wouldn't have happened. But Helena Taylor shouldn't have reacted in such a negative manner. You have to be a professional person in this industry, in this business. And the fact that she wasn't even just complaining about her pay, she was also complaining about the fact that someone else was casted as Bayonetta. If you wanted to be Bayonetta, a little bit of advice from good old Nitrex. If you wanted to stay Bayonetta, I'm gonna tell you what you should have done. Shut the fuck up. It was not that serious. If you wanted to stay Bayonetta, just stop talking and wait your time to take a different approach. You ran in head first, not thinking. Like, straight up. You can't go in willy-nilly and thinking, oh, I worked at Platinum for years. You guys can just give me money. No, that's not how that works. Do you think you're the only voice actress that struggled, or voice actor at all that has suffered? Let me tell you something. A good example of this is Michael Hollick. This dude voiced Nick Bellic from GTA 4. He was only paid $100,000 while the game made $600 million. I'm not even done. That's just a tip of the iceberg. What about the voice actors and actresses for Jujutsu Kaisen 0? The people who put their voices, their talent into that movie, they only got paid $150 an hour. So in other words, they only got paid $300 a piece, where that movie made $30 million. Do I have to even bring up how Vic, who was the former voice actor for Broly and Crow from Ruby, was immediately kicked out of both roles, all because of some allegations where to this day they still don't know if they were true. And I want to be quite frank with this one. Helena, why in God's name are you only credited as Bayonetta? Like, don't get me wrong, you did some side stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone knows that you did these side things. You're mainly known as Bayonetta, and it kind of upsets me because that just means you only wanted to do work as Bayonetta. In other words, what I'm saying is you don't apply yourself to more of your craft. Look, you studied and went to college as a voice actress. Why didn't you apply yourself into more other roles or anything? I believe you are a talented voice actress. You're just not applying yourself into more areas. If I were you and we made the first Bayonetta and found out that I was given $10,000, I would have left and tried to go somewhere else with my voice. You just sat there and went, oh, because I like this character. I don't give a fuck if my character looks good. I don't give a fuck if they did this, because at the end of the day, it's their character, not yours. There. And at the very least, if people sit there and be like, oh my god, it's the Bayonetta voice actress, we love you, but why weren't you in the next Bayonetta? You can just go, you know, they weren't paying me enough. It is what it is. I left. But you, like I said, you didn't apply yourself. Like people like Sean, for example. This man was the voice of Goku. And he didn't just stick with just Goku. He did other things. For example, he has a YouTube channel. And he was the voice of Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog. It may not be much, but at the very least, financially speaking, he's afloat. He has money coming in from this way and that way. Meanwhile, you're sitting here making Twitter threads trying to give people a sob story, when there are literally a lot of other voice actors and actresses who need a better voice to really represent them and rise against. If you want people to support your cause, don't try to add all this side stuff and this and that. Because in all honesty, I want to care about you, but you're making it hard. The only person that I kind of just don't care about at the moment outside of Helena Taylor is Hideki. This man straight up said, like, you know, I respect your acts on trying to do this, but listen, bitch, remember the rules. And I sat there like, what the fuck? I know this is your game or whatever, but you have no right to do that. That's just wrong. So, to properly conclude this, both sides are shady. And the most shadiest one of all is Hideki. And I'm not just saying this just to be on his ass, but who in their right mind makes that tweet and then after that disappears from Twitter altogether? That makes no sense. That's how you know he has something to hide, because he's really the biggest villain in the whole story. But otherwise, you know, I just want to say thank you guys for listening to this whole thing. And sorry I'm late on it, even though I could have done this earlier. It's just I was held up. That and this whole story thing just took so long to be able to conclude and have a lot of information to compile and be able to put down. And I don't believe no one should boycott the game at all. You know, if you want to buy it, that's fine. If you don't want to buy it, that's also fine. At the end of the day, it's a video game, and these are just people who are trying to make a living. And lastly, before I sign off, do not bully any of these people. They're just everyday people like me and you who are just trying to make a living and have their way of life. That's all it is. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.